gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what said me if it go flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. I have to take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I cleave your eyes. I said.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Today is Tuesday, and if it's Tuesday, as I always say, there is an election going on somewhere in the United States of America. If you don't believe it, Google it, and you'll find out where, which county, which city, which states. But today is Discussion Tuesday on our podcast, and we have today with us Professor Owusu along with Ms Rosie Parke, and they will be in our discussion room this morning. So sit and stay, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with Max, Flavius, Francine, Courtney, and myself. Through the door, take away ourselves.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Silence a defense. When did we start to retreat? Tell me, when did dignity and justice disappear? When did it not matter? Tell me, when murder was accepted? Why have you not spoken? Take a stand. Were you not watching the freedom fighters? Martin Luther King, Bob Marley, Rosa Parks, our eras? Tell me, when was silence a defense? Am I alone? Am I the only one hurting? Where has everyone gone? Close mouth? Keep silence? Well, no more. If I must be alone, I must to stand for truth, God's truth, to stand for justice, not to withdraw. I will pay the consequences. Am I in fear? Sure. It's a human sensitivity, but it's through fear that courage is built. Can I withstand? At least I will try. But I guarantee that everyone will know that I spoke out and that silence was never my defense.
Top of the morning, everyone. Top of the morning. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast Discussion Tuesday. Introduce yourself for me. I got Flavius for the He's here with me on the line. Maxwanette. Who is that? Courtney?
Yeah, it's top of the morning, Franco. Top of the morning. And top of the morning to the Real Stuff podcast team.
Grand Rising, everyone.
Morning to everyone. Morning.
Okay, so
or
nice
evening, wherever you are. Nice to meet you too. You know, it's so weird to be called Rosie because, you know, most people in the professional entertainment circle call me Pepe, right? So they might not know who you're talking. And then for the Ghanaians, it's Jesse. So I have so many names, but yeah, Rosie Pepe Parke is what I'm mostly known for. But it's a pleasure to be here. So thank you guys for having me.
Okay. We're waiting. Should we wait on the professor or should we get to it? And Courtney, what should we do? Tell me.
Well, just give him a few minutes and see what's happening.
All right. I'm gonna give.
But in the meantime, you still can just ask Rosie to introduce herself. Pepe, rather.
Pepe.
So are you asking me to introduce myself?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a long introduction, but my name is Rosie Parke, affectionately called Pepe. I was called Pepe for a number of reasons. My natural disposition and my energy. You say I'm the Pepe one. I totally believe it. And also because I have a company called Pepe Entertainment and Promotions. And born and raised in Jamaica, Kingston to be exact.
We're in Kingston.
I grew up in an area called, the avenue was called Lilford Avenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's off of, it's very close to Vale Royal.
Okay.
Very close to Lady Musgrave Road.
Yeah.
Neighborhood where a bunch of us, from different socioeconomic classes lived. And it was just like the most amazing neighborhood.
What?
And then I think
Golden Triangle. That's what they call it, that area, Golden Triangle.
Golden what?
Triangle.
I've never heard that. So I've never heard
that's what
call that.
Yeah.
We just call it Lilford Avenue. And it's crazy because in Jamaica, there's another place called Lidford and also Linford. So whenever I say Lilford, people are always saying, you mean Lidford or Linford? I'm like, no, Lilford. It's actually off of Lady Musgrave Road and borders like Hopefield Avenue. Mm-hmm. That area close to like Vale Royal and King's House. Yeah, that's where I grew up with my family. And then my family moved to Whitehall off of Red Hills Road.
Yeah, know that.
And so, my paternal grandmother has property there, like a big tenement yard type thing. And just before I left Jamaica in 2003, that's where my family moved to. But those are the places that I was born and raised in Jamaica, in Kingston.
Yeah. Yard girl.
yes. Yard girl.
Yeah, man. So, Max, what's happening in your neck of the woods? Because I can tell you, mine is not lovely this morning. Some lightning and thunder, some rain a drop right now.
Really?
Yeah, Florida under manners this morning.
I want to tell you, there's
Kingston 20 watt and 21 wet.
It's sunny right now in Kissimmee, actually, but not for long.
That's how I was going to say to you. Briefly.
You can see the clouds. I'm looking right now, and it's dark over there. We're gonna have some nasty storms today, like yesterday. Yeah.
All right, brace yourself. As I said, Florida is a lightning prone state.
Yeah.
So brace yourself. Flavius, what's happening in your neck of the woods, huh?
No, I was saying I was in Florida a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Oh. Where were you?
Looking to buy something there, so I was in one of my girlfriends live in Davie, and the other one lives in West Palm Beach. So I was looking at properties in Davie, West Palm Beach, and I even went out to Palm Bay. I love Palm Bay, and everybody's like, "No, Palm Bay too slow for you." I'm like, "You don't understand.
You just want.
I like the tranquility because everything else I do is like this. So when I come home, I want this.
Yes.
So I'm still looking. The housing market is just crazy right now. So we'll see, but I love Florida. So.
All right, Kingston 21, them call it. Yeah, so
is that right? Yes.
So you wander far from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Flavius, what's happening in your neck of the woods? Cause what's going on in the island this morning?
Just like you guys, except no rain yet. We have a cloud cover, and a little breeze blowing. Mm-hmm. It's been very hot for the past few days.
Okay.
But we'll wait and see if the rain will come today. But it is really nice out if you have to go out, and it's okay so far.
I get you.
It's not bright sun. It's not bright sun,
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
All right.
Well, Francine is at work, but she's telling everyone good morning.
I see her coming. All right. Before we kick off, I'm gonna do this, and then we can come back and get right into the conversation. Okay?
Sounds good.
Woman, seated upon the throne of glory, I About her gon' tell you a true story. That might the medical night and Davon Silva.
Wishing you best life filled with happiness.
What a mercy, yeah.
With love, yeah. This for your queen, go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs, yeah. And ever felt warm like a tree seed.
What a monster!
And rivers of love, you're a plant, yeah. Your promise will make me taste to surrender. Angel Lord, you're a special saint, yeah. Wish you the best and filled with happiness. From Sir with love, yeah. This for your queen, go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs,
Yo,
yeah.
the woman forget to pamper. She forget pet the woman. Now watch no step, she delicate woman. Forget tights and respect one. Mother, sister, don't let me tell you vital part of me biology. If she never open and let them baby would have be. Which one I proud sitting on me history. To the children know that would have never be. Who you think nurture, pamper and care for me. To the long arc series of maternity, none of the woman forget pamper. She forget the woman. Now watch those steps, she delicate a woman. Forget tights and respect one. Mother, sister, darling.
You're moving graciously. The love you kiss me is so stress-free.
Oh, you mean,
yeah. You are a source of strength, Miss Magnificent, positive thinker.
Woman
You
of
my
the
baby
master
queen, oh my
race.
Madonna, modern day man.
Join on me,
So wish you the best life filled with happiness. From Sir with love, yeah. This for your queen, go on, fulfill your dreams.
Tell ya.
More kisses and hugs, yeah.
Then when you are going with your girl chat, you mad couldn't be referring not to me Princess Black. Well, if you now come out of the poopy back, that might cause negativity, you would have hold it back. Cause there's no other like the female gender. No amount of sex change can replace your mother. You might tend to differ as you go older, but the breast was best and still is me brother. The woman forget pamper, she forget pet the woman. Now watch those steps, she delicate a woman. Forget tights and respect one. Mother, sister, darling. Could I never come disrespect my queen, you know? No, you better come clean. Silver, come bounce it so.
Wish you the best life filled with happiness. From Sir with love, yeah. Before your queen go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs, yeah. Wish you the best life filled with happiness. From Sir with love, yeah. Before your queen go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs, yeah.
Woman forget pamper, she forget better woman.
Yes, the man himself, Tsunami, MIC, all the way up there in Boston. This one is going out this morning to Talit. Hope you recover soon, my empress, my friend, everything. All right, my people, we're here again. And for those in the chat room, welcome to the Real Stuff Podcast Discussion Tuesday. So, Max, you want to take it away?
Here.
It's Francine. Oh, Francine is here. Top of the morning, Francine. Top of the morning.
Grand Rising Francine, maybe she's away from the mic. Grand Rising Queen Angela. Sister Pataki, unmute your mic. It's nice to see you. There you are. Grand Rising. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yes,
good evening.
Evening in our town now.
Beautiful.
Yes, good evening.
Beautiful. Okay.
Good morning, one and all. How you doing?
I think that was Francine.
I'm good. The troop is good this morning. I'm speaking for everybody, right?
That's right. We're all doing well this morning, Francine. Good to see you.
We're not getting you loud and clear this morning. All right.
That's okay. It happens. Okay. Moving right along.
All right. Let's start.
That's why.
No.
You keep muting me.
No, you were vibrating.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Oh boy, I'm awake now. Okay.
I know that one week up, man. I know that one week up.
Okay, everyone's
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ms. Parke. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Same to you. Good meeting, everyone.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So let's start the discussion. So, Courtney?
Yeah.
Go ahead, start the discussion, please.
Okay, since we have Pepe Parke here with us, I know that she wears many hats and all of that, but what I'd like her to talk about is her initiatives in Ghana. I know that she does tours and all of that, taking people from different places to Ghana. So I'd like her to just, tell us a little about it.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and talk, and if you have specific questions that you want to ask, because whenever I get to talking about Ghana, I get extremely animated and I can go on and on.
Do your thing.
Okay, so I will start with what happened is that I had dated a Ghanaian back in the day, and he was just like one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met. And he said to me, if you think I'm amazing, you should go to Ghana, because you're going to see like reflections of who you are, because you're also amazing. And it's like, it's just you, it's your energy. And I said, I had been meeting a lot of different people who were born in Africa, and I like everyone and get along with everyone. But I had a special connection to those who I met, who I found out were from Ghana. So I said to myself, I have to go to Ghana. It's on my bucket list. And as it so happens, I'm also the cultural ambassador for the UNIA-ACL, which, if people don't know, that's the Marcus Garvey founded organization, Universal Negro Improvement Association African Congress League, right? Okay. So we usually do these Marcus Garvey events in August, and we used to host the Kwanzaa events, and I always hosted Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. So I was at Zanzibar on the waterfront hosting this Kujichagulia event. At the time, I couldn't say Kujichagulia. I used to say Kujichagulia, because I'm looking at how it's spelled, right? And in the audience was this gentleman, his name is Bamani Tayimba. He's from Jamaica, and he owns Africa for the Africans stores. And so we got to talking, and he's like, yo, Pepe, I've been looking online and seeing all these things that you're doing. We're going to Ghana. I would love for you to come as my tour assistant. And I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I want you to come and do like the interviews and stuff. And I'm like, done. This was July 2011, my first trip to Ghana, West Africa. Prior to that, I had gone to Ethiopia and Tanzania. And of course, I knew I was in Africa, but I didn't feel that internal connection, whatever that was. As soon as I got out of the customs hall and stepped outside to wait for the tour bus, I saw a group of Guineans speaking. They were speaking Twi, but I knew what they were saying, like the body language and just like the expressions. I felt like I was a part of the conversation, right? And it was at that moment that I felt that sense of connection. So that first trip was just so soul-shaking, spiritual. So many things happened to me on that trip that I cannot explain, especially when I went to visit the dungeons where they kept our ancestors. It's almost as if the spirits of the ancestors were talking to me inside of the dungeon. So it was a lot of things that was going on with me, and I fell in love with Ghana. I had always said since I was 12 that I wanted to adopt a little girl. And then I went to one of the orphanages and met this little girl. Her name is Gloria. And I think I sent a picture with me having her like on my hip. And our eyes connected, and it was just love at first sight. And she didn't want to leave me. I didn't want to leave her. So I told Mama Sophia that I'm coming back for Gloria, because she's the little girl who I want to adopt. But as it so happens, she wasn't really an orphan. She just had some issues with her parents, so I couldn't get her. But after that trip, I decided that I was going to be more intentional about the humanitarian work that I was going to do, not just in Ghana, but around the world. So I came back and I started what was then called the Give Black Foundation. And the Give Black Foundation is really just an attempt to give back to Blacks around the world, right? And we do that in a variety of ways: time, talents, resources, connections, humanitarian trips. So since 2011, I have been either working as a tour assistant on the Africa for Africans stores or doing my own tours to Ghana, where I'm taking people over so they can also learn more about the culture, learn about that principle of Sankofa, you have to go back in order to move forward, and just really allowing them to see some of the beauty of the country that I see and feel whenever I go. And it never fails. Everyone feels that, not just Jamaicans, because for Jamaicans, we feel like they're like our distant cousins, right? But even African Americans and people of other Caribbean descent, they also feel that sense of connection. So some of the work that I do in Ghana includes a girls program that's called Every Girl Can Ghana. And the lady who created that program, she's a Jamaican and she also lives in Maryland. And she did it like for the American audience, but she trained me, and I like to say I'm the only facilitator who does that on the continent. So since 2015, I have worked with 40 young ladies in Ghana. And every year when I go to Ghana, that's one of the things that I do. I fundraise for them, help them with their annual education, spend about a week with them working on this program. And the program is built on an equation: 4E plus I equals Every Girl Can, meaning if you encourage, elevate, educate, and empower girls and serve as an inspiration for them, you know, the possibilities are endless, right? So I do that. We also do a lot of charity work with various schools and orphanages. In particular, I work with the Youth Institute of Science and Technology. I was a board member and the board chair for that school in Ghana. We work with the Akoma International Academy that's in Cape Coast. We do a lot of work at that same orphanage that I'm telling you about. It's called Trinity Home Orphanage, and that's in a mountainous area called Aburi, close to the Botanical Gardens. And most recently, for the last couple of years, we've been working in Atonkwa Village, which is a village in the Elmina Cape Coast area. And so my biggest goal is to build a home for girls in Ghana, where we're gonna make and grow our own food. You know, we're gonna get people from the States and from other places to come and train them how to be computer technicians and various different things that they want for themselves, and also be self-sustainable. And so I'm just kind of in the process of putting that together. I did buy some land in Ghana, and I'm just working with the chiefs and the nanas and various people to just make my mark in Ghana, just giving back. That's really what I want to do. And my mission in life is like, even if people are not supporting my ventures, as long as they're giving back, it makes me happy. So that in a nutshell is kind of like what we do with Ghana. I must say that initially it was called the Give Black Foundation. I rebranded this year and it's now called the Ya Village. So I don't know how much you know about Ghana, but everybody's given a day name based on the day of the week that you're born. I was born on a Thursday, so my name is Ya, Y-A-A. So it's really called the Ya Village. And the Ya is a play on words for me, meaning, yes, we can do it, right? It's also the Born on a Thursday village. It's also the village that Ya built. So because we believe it takes a village, you know, to make a difference. And so I can take questions, but in a nutshell, I think that's summarizing like some of the work that I do in Ghana. So yeah.
I have a major question for you. But first, let me, that was wonderful, by the way.
Thank you.
I just was sitting, listening attentively. We have Kennedy Owino from Nairobi in Kenya. He just wanted to say hello and let you know that he's tuning in.
Hello. I've been to Nairobi, Kenya as well on another trip. So yeah, I love Kenyans too. Awesome. Yes.
We love it. We love it. But I have a question, if I may, Pepe. Yes. What do you think is the major social disadvantage? What do you think is, I mean, there may be a few, but what do you think is like the real focal points? What is the major one you think is a problem?
Are you talking in Ghana?
Yes.
So that's a great question, because it also depends on the region that the folks live and what they're exposed to and what their own village looks like. And, you know, and one of the great things about the tour that we do, we go through different regions, right? So in Accra, which is the capital city, there is access to more modern stuff, right? And as we move throughout the country, you know, some people don't have basic running water. Some people are still living in, you know, huts or villages that don't have those things that we take for granted. So I think it also depends on the infrastructure of the area that they're in, their access to mentors and to some of the things that's available in the country. I can tell you for the ones that I work with, like the kids who we work with in like a Buri, a lot of them, they have parents who are kind of absent, which is not different from what's happening in America, right? They're not actively involved in their homes. Some of them have lost one or both parents. They're being raised by relatives. They're exposed to sexual abuse, just a plethora of things that really affects their mental. And then, you know, they're going through those traumatic events that kind of retards their growth process, right? And so when someone like me or someone from the state comes in, we want to fix all of the problems that we see without actually knowing what the problems they are having on a personal level. So I think it comes with you trying to get to know those communities better, speaking with the elders and the people who will be honest enough to tell you what's going on, and then try to see how we can help that, because it varies throughout the country.
Right. Okay. Flavius, you have a question?
No, I just have I could start off with a question. Have you done any work with the Maroons in Jamaica?
You know what? Not directly. I had started going back to Jamaica after moving to the States, because when I was in Jamaica, I did a lot of charity work in Jamaica, like with the boys' home and the girls' home around Kingston. And I had been to Maroon Town. And I have a very good friend of mine. I'm actually looking at the picture right now. I'm going to bring it down and see if I can show it to you. We went to Maroon Town a couple of times and wanted to do something. Oh, you can't see it because of my background, right? But what we did was try to understand what's going on in Maroon Town and see how we could go back and help. And that project did not materialize. So absolutely, a compound town is on my list to do. And it's insane because in Ghana, they say a champon, right? So a lot of our people were moved from Ghana to Jamaica. So there are so many similarities in the language and the stuff, but I absolutely want to work with the right people to do some dedicated work in Maroon Town. My mom is a Maroon. She's from Trelawney, and she's like Maroon, like her heritage is Maroon. So that's on my bucket list. So I'm open to working with anyone who wants us to do some work there.
But did you know that there are 5 different Maroon communities in Jamaica? I do some work. I do some work with one of them, Charlestown. In Portland. Yeah, in Portland, yes. In fact, Captain Kwao, their most celebrated ancestor, he signed the peace treaty with the British. And he is a boy child born on a Thursday.
Oh, so he's Yao. Okay.
No, he's Kwao.
He's born on a Thursday?
Yes.
Kwao?
No, Quuao.
Quuao. Okay, I guess there are different derivatives of the names that you can take based on the day that you're born. Yeah, there's a whole chart. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I know that the language that they cling to, although they didn't retain a lot of it, is the same language that you heard speaking, the Tree.
Yeah, the Tree language. Yeah. Yeah, lots of similarities.
Yeah, everything is based on that. But if you want to do some work with Charlestown, you could get in touch with me.
Okay, can you please put your information in the chat? Because I definitely want to do, and I go to Jamaica like all the time. Because I still have people who live in Jamaica. I have nieces and nephew and my little sister and my only brother and my mom. It was my parents, but my father passed. Actually my mother is in Jamaica now getting ready to go back to Toronto. So absolutely, I am definitely willing. And I'm glad you said that, because someone once said, why are you always doing work in Ghana? What about Jamaica? And I'm like, that's probably because you don't know my history. I was born and raised in Jamaica, and that was one of the things that my parents instilled, charitable work given back. And I had actually gone back to Jamaica a few times to do work there. And I'm telling you, it also happens in Ghana. Sometimes the people who are supposed to be helping you to do the great work are the ones that are robbing you and preventing you from doing the work. I could tell you stories.
True.
I mean, I could tell you stories, you know, like I go there, do my reconnaissance work, we do the walkthrough, we say, okay, this is going to cost this is going to cost X. By the time I come back to the States, they're sending me a quote for 10 times what we said. And I'm like, I am not an ATM. I'm trying to make a difference, right? And so I prefer to do the work where I can go there directly and put my resources and financial dollars in the hands of the people who are actually doing the work, and they can show me the work that they're doing. Because sometimes it's just too many other people who are just not really as bought into what we're trying to do as we are. So we do it in Jamaica, we call it small, small. In Ghana, they would probably say small, small, small. Jamaica say it twice, Ghanaians say it 3 times. Yes.
Pepe, if I may ask, you basically just sold Ghana to a friend of mine because he has been seeking information for the last months to go to Ghana, and we lost a friend who was on his way there. He got the COVID in New York and died. However, the question that he wants to know, how can, because you mentioned land there, that you know you have land in Ghana and you're doing work there, and he wants to go there and do some work, but in the entertainment field.
Yeah,
right.
There is a need for that too.
Yeah, and he's seeking information. So I guess you can give me that off the air.
Yeah, he can connect me. And I don't know everything, but I do have some resources that I can share with you. And I tell people in Jamaica, there's a saying that we have, it says, see me and come live with me. It's 2 different things, right?
True.
So not because I'm selling it from my perspective, it means that when you go there, it's going to be similar for you. You have to do your homework as well. But the opportunities are there.
The reason for him, because what you mentioned, he got burnt many times in Jamaica. And he said, you know, I'm done with Jamaica right now. I want to try somewhere else. And Africa is the place, and Ghana is what he's seeking.
Yeah, and just be careful. Everywhere, every country, there are unscrupulous individuals. So they're there in Ghana as well. There's a lot of things I want to do in Ghana, and there are lots of barriers, right? So it's not like you can just go over there and think that everything you want to do is going to happen. They have an immigration process and a system just like any country, right? And so, but we are connected to people who deal with immigration matters and help people with repatriation. So I can connect him with some people who can give him some real information and the right resources for him to do his homework before going there.
True.
And also understanding it's a different culture, right? So you can't bring this American notion to Ghana and think it's just 2 different cultures, right? But yeah, there is the space for that. I'm in the entertainment field myself. And, you know, I want to bring my brand of entertainment to Ghana as well. It's ripe. You know, they especially love reggae. You know, I mean, when I say they especially love reggae, you see Ghanaians walking around all day in Jamaican attire like they're from Jamaica, right? And they're very up to the time. Well, you know, when we're on the bus, I'm learning. I'm like, how did you guys get that song? They are very up to the time with everything that's going on in the world. And they have a lot of entertainment, like video systems and stuff where they're actually doing a lot of entertainment out of Ghana as well. So yeah.
As I said, you sold it to him. All you mentioned is right up his alley. He has a studio, well built, everything ready to go down. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Awesome. We take a moment to welcome 2 of our brother kings, Anseli and brother Taku.
Welcome.
They're here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome, Ansel. Welcome, Taku.
That's Taku in Zimbabwe?
Yes, that's brother
Zimbabwe in the house. Oh, we have 2 Zimbabwe in the house.
Yeah, we're talking about the Irama winner.
Yeah, and Queen Angela too.
Right. Okay. Brother Taku, would you like to unmute your mic? Thanks,
Hi, guys.
Taku.
Hi, how are you?
Happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very happy being here.
Beautiful.
Aitaku, is it you who tagged me on Facebook?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I'm always tagging people.
All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm learning a lot about Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah. And all the works you're doing there. Thank you so much for the inspiration.
You're welcome. And I'm not sure, I'm not sure if you heard, but like in 2019, they celebrated the year of the return, right? And there was this big exodus of people just going over to Ghana, and the Ghanaian government opened it up so it would be easier for you to come there. So what they're still saying the same thing. It's your home. That's where you're from. You know, if you want to repatriate and have a little piece of Africa, that's a good country to start because they're open and ready for you, right? There are business opportunities. The last time I checked, you need to have like $10,000 in a combination of cash and or assets, and you do the necessary paperwork, you can fill it out. We work with people who can help you with your resident status and getting your citizenship.
Wow.
And I would love to have Brother Bamani Tayimba, who has been going back and taking people over to various parts of Africa long before I have. He has much more information because he does like these conferences on all of his stores, right? Where repatriation and investment conferences where you meet the people on the ground, where you can hear all the stories, not all just the good ones, right? Like, okay, these are some of the barriers. These are some of the hoops. Understand that this is not going to happen the way you think. You have to have patience. They don't move as fast as we do, right? Slow your roll, you know, allow the process to work. Don't get disenchanted. Just so many things. And if you really love the energy and the space, it will work. Yeah, but it will work. I always tell people just take a visit first, right? And just experience it from that way. And if you have time to do more than a tour where you can assimilate in the country as if you're a resident or trying out for residency, then you'll really see like some of the hoops you're gonna have to jump through, you know?
Yeah, so my question now is, how far have you covered in terms of the language? Are you speaking anything in terms of the language?
Akwaba, welcome. And I can say Madasi, which means thanks. And, you know, in various regions, morning will be Memoachio or Machi, you know, and the stuff is like, when I'm in Ghana, you know, we work with tour guides, and I always hire staff who reside in Ghana. So when I'm there, it's easier for me to say the language and understand it. But when I leave, because I'm not using it, I lose it, right? But one of the things that we do, and I definitely am going to learn Twi. I just need to have dedicated time to learn it. But on our tours, we always have translators, and everybody has an app that they can use now. But most importantly, we have connections for people who really want to learn Twi, right?
Yeah.
And so if it's something that you want to learn, you know, we can connect you with someone. And I want to learn it, but I'm probably going to learn it when I'm in Ghana for at least 3 months, where, you know, that's what I'm doing. And luckily for us, almost everyone who I have met, actually everyone in Ghana, they speak English in a way that you can understand as well. So it's like you always, you can communicate. There's not a communication barrier because everybody speaks English.
Yeah. So the inspiration from my equation is like, for me, I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm in Zimbabwe right now, and I speak Shona. That is my language. So and I also speak English, and nearly everyone in Zimbabwe speaks English. So I get really inspired, especially like the times when I go to the US, and I'm speaking English to people who speak English, you know.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, wow, I'm speaking English and you can understand me. But them in the US, they can't speak Shona in a way that I can understand them. If, for instance, I couldn't speak English. So it becomes a privilege for me to speak English in addition to speaking Shona. Yes. So I've noticed that a lot of my brothers and sisters from Jamaica, from the US, from Canada, and from everywhere, they've got a financial muscle, which is really awesome. in terms of development in Africa, because we really want that, because we don't have that. But sometimes when they come and they do development, that is really awesome. The way that you're explaining, like we have done this and done this, they in a way forget to learn the language.
Yeah.
Because the best way to really know the situation on the ground is not really for someone to interpret or for you, but sometimes it's a way of understanding the language, so it's to understand what is really happening in the environment. I'll give an example of Zimbabwe. Like in the year 2000, there was land distribution issue that was happening in Zimbabwe, where there was Lancaster House, the treaty that was 1980 that happened between Zimbabwe and Britain. And the Zimbabweans, they were supposed to be given land and they were not given. So they had to grab that land by force and all that. And there are different sentiments around that issue. Some saying it was done well, some saying it wasn't done right. But from my own poetic hypothetical way of thinking, I would say like those white people, if they were in a position to speak Shona or Ndebele, the local languages, definitely they're going to reason up with those people that were coming to them like, okay, fine, what are we saying about this issue? So the issue of language, it always inspires me in a way, like if we can learn the language one way or the other, or at least like one language, maybe like most of the times, maybe in Ghana, like one language, I think it will also add to the heavy briefcase that you're already carrying.
I agree with you, and I'm telling you, it is on my list, because one of the things about me too, and anyone who wants to go to any country that you want to repatriate, you're absolutely right. If you're at a disadvantage, if you don't know the language, you don't know what they're saying, you know, I mean, they're having like code language saying other stuff, and you really don't know what's being said. You know, you are at a disadvantage. So it really is something that I want to do for me, because I do have aspirations to be living in Ghana within the next few years. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, my sister.
Yes.
Rosie.
Hi.
I'm Queen Angela from Zimbabwe.
Hey.
I am retired humanitarian worker. I just want to know from you, how open are the people in Ghana in telling you their problems? For instance, when you're doing your visibility studies, do you actually carry out the studies yourself, or do the local people identify their needs?
So that's an excellent question. The only ones who are very open to kind of tell us their problems are the ones that we're more closely connected to. For example, like the people who sell and they've been knowing us for years, right? They've become a part of my network, right? And so just like in the States where people see something in me that they feel inclined to share personal stuff with me, like I'm the keeper of some secrets, I get that when I go to Ghana as well, right? And then the other thing too is a lot of times they will come and tell you everything that's going on wrong with them, because they also know that you're bringing resources that you will give to them if you hear their stories, right? So you still have to make sure that these stories are accurate. In terms of when we work with the children, I really love this question, by the way. When we work with the children, what I do is I speak directly to the proprietors of the schools or the orphanages to say, okay, this is what we want to do. Give me like what's going on with the children, the demographics. Do they have special needs? What are the ages? What does a household look like? Who is not able to pay their school fee because of, you know, whatever is going on in the household? And we get a lot of that. If they have any disabilities, normally the school proprietors are very open to telling us. And one of the things that I do too, once I start identifying with the kids who I'm going to be working with closely, I also want to meet their parents, right? Because it's like, I'm not coming there to do everything that the parent is supposed to do. I'm coming there to help the parents so we can prepare their children to be better than we thought they could be, right? So it's a village concept. And a lot of times the parents do tell us what's going on with either them or with their children. But outside of that, we rely on our network on the ground to give us that information, or people who feel willing to come and tell us themselves. And they're very open. They're open. I think it's like an energy thing, right? Like you might not tell everybody your business or what's going on with you, but if you feel a connection with the person, sometimes you're oversharing, right? So we get that as well, and we believe them because we can see it sometimes. Yeah.
Are you sometimes met with skepticism as a foreigner?
Me personally, I'm more of an optimist. So, and I try to go in with a strengths-based approach, right? Like these people also have things about themselves that are strong and things that I can learn from, right? So I don't go in thinking that they're victims. They're human beings who might be in need of help, and that's just how I approach it. Now, if I've been burned, of course, I'm going to be more cautious, right? People have tried to take advantage of me a lot of times, and I will say, and I'm saying this so everyone who is listening and watching can hear that. The most disadvantaged opportunities I've had with people trying to take advantage of me, that has not been Ghanaians doing it. A lot of times it's been African Americans who are living in Ghana, and it's just another way for them to, I don't know. Yeah, but most times with Ghanaians, their needs are very basic, I feel. They need basic stuff. They're not asking me to, send me all of this money to buy a car. It's very basic, immediate needs. And a lot of times what they want is that connection, right? So, okay, Madam Pepe, so you're leaving now. Can you stay connected? Can you WhatsApp me? And so, we talk to each other. And if there's anything going on, we've helped people who've been hospitalized, like fundraise to get them help, but they've never tried to take advantage of me personally. Not the who I've been working with. So,
what about politically? Politically, do they view you as someone who is coming in to assist or, as a political kind of figure?
So no, I don't think they do that. I feel when I go to Ghana and I'm working with my people, I feel more like kind of a celebrity. Like a small, oh my God, Madam Pepe is coming. This is what she does. Because they follow my social media stuff. They know me. They watch the videos. I'm going and and people are like, oh, you're Pepe. And I'm like, oh, huh? So, I think the work that I do kind of speaks for itself. And when I go there, the people who we meet with, it's not about politics. It's just about someone who wants to help who she can help. And I've had to tell people no. I mean, I'm like, I can't support every school because I don't have those resources, right? I'm still trying I rely on my people who like the work that I'm doing to donate through my fundraisers. That's pretty much how I operate. And then I use my own funds from my day job to supplement the stuff that I want to do. So I don't think they see me as a rich person or someone who has political influence. They just see me as a normal human being who is invested in their development and want to help. And I like that. I like that too. I stay away from the politics space. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Queen Angela. Pepe, I do have a question. You probably already mentioned it. I was just curious, how long have you been doing this work in Ghana?
Since 2011.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Since 2011 was my first trip. And I've gone back to Ghana every year except maybe 2 years since that. And some years I've gone back more than once.
Oh, okay. Okay, beautiful. Anyone else have any questions for Pepe?
Not question.
Greetings, Brother Ansel. Go right ahead.
So many questions.
I'm ready to go home.
You're ready to go home? Okay,
yes.
Well, that's good news because I'm taking a tour over from September 24th to October 6th. So you can see what we do and experience it yourself. And yeah, I'm doing a lot of tours. That's one of the things that I want to do, take as many people over, but it's gorgeous there. I mean, I think for me,
do I have to travel to the US or UK?
Where do you live?
I live in Jamaica.
Okay, well, hey, I'm trying to get my brother to come too. He turns 55 this year. I wanted to give him a trip to Ghana. But for Jamaicans, I don't think you even need a visa. And you don't have to travel to the UK. It just depends on the routing. So we can talk offline and yeah. there's a lot of, Rita Marley has a studio over there. Like the Jamaicans and Ghanaians are like, if you go there, you know that's your cousin. You definitely should go, especially as a Jamaican. So you can share my information and folks can send me whatever they want, and I will definitely do my best to answer some questions that we might not be able to answer right here. But absolutely, anyone who's willing to go, I'm willing to help you to get over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Line up.
Interesting.
Line up. Yes.
Behind me.
So wait a minute. Let me ask Pepe. So you're taking people from the US as well on the tour?
Yes. Yeah. So I try to do at least one tour a year, and the tour is really for them to get to know the country. We typically do 3 regions, like the capital city of Accra. We usually do Kumasi, which is Ashanti Kingdom, and we always do Cape Coast Elmina, because that's where the dungeons and the place where ancestors had their last bath is. So they need to see that. That's that ancestral connection. Ghana is huge. We've taken them to the northern part. There's so many parts in Ghana, but most of our tours are like 10 days. And we try to spend 3 days in each region. So you get a good idea of different regions, like I mentioned. And this year I'm taking over.
You have an itinerary?
Yes, I have all of that.
All right, Max.
You just
okay. I'll make Max, supply Max with it. And she will spread it. But I want to ask you a question before we let you go. And that's about Caribbean rhythms. Tell me a little about it, because I don't know nothing else about it after that.
All right, so quickly about Caribbean rhythms. Yes, I definitely want to go to Zimbabwe too. So please, everybody, can you give everyone my contacts? If we have a WhatsApp group, because I want to go to as many countries in Africa as I can, and Zimbabwe is on my list. So Caribbean rhythms, briefly. Caribbean rhythms, when I came to the States in 2003, there was 2 years that I was just getting over some traumatic experiences that happened in Jamaica, right? So I wasn't doing anything like that. I emerged late 2005. I met this gentleman from the Bahamas. He said, I know some of the work that you did in Jamaica, and I know what you can do. Let's come together and form this thing. So we decided that we were going to call it Caribbean Rhythms, because we wanted it to be a monthly networking event for mature professionals, something that we felt the DMV area did not have. And both of us wanted it to be classy and nice and all of that. We did the first one, huge success. The second one, when we were about to do it, he informed me that he's moving to Florida, and Pepe, you're pretty much on your own. And I'm like, yo, I invested all this money. How can you just do this to me? He's like, I'm sorry, I'm leaving, bye. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do it on my own. So then I emerged like maybe 6 months later and decided to just do it the way I wanted to do it, which had the live entertainment component, because I just love live entertainment. So I connected with spoken word artists and poets and all kinds of stuff. And then we launched it, and it was every third Thursday in the Sky Club at Zanzibar on the waterfront. They're no longer there because of redevelopment, but it had a really great run. And it was from then that I also launched my business, which is Pepe Entertainment and Promotions, which is now called PEP International. And so we did these networking events for years, very, very popular. And then it morphed into other stuff. I host a lot of events in the area. I'm an in-demand MC. I did other events. I have an annual Women's History Month event that I've been doing for over 15 years, where I, honor some amazing women in the DMV and beyond for the work that they're doing, and they get awards and all kinds of beautiful stuff. But I had stopped actually doing the Caribbean Rhythms event maybe about 6 years ago, because I just kept rebranding and doing other stuff. So that event hasn't happened for about 6 years, but it's one of the signature events that I used to do. Yeah.
Well, Pepe, please make sure you let me get all your promotional, the women's thing you got going on, what's going on with the PEP International, everything with the trips to Ghana, the tourism. Please, 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 you have got to let me have these links so that I can push them and promote them, especially on the Real Stuff podcast. We have many people that are interested in doing exactly what you've mentioned, going to Ghana. I have to admit, I may be taking a look myself.
Yes,
just to see what's going on. You never know.
So I'm putting the link for the one that I'm doing this year in the website in the thing. And I let me just tell you, because I know I had the untimely passing of my father, April 30th, one day before I took a group of 19 people to Ghana. That just shook my world upside down.
Our
and so
condolences.
I had to take them anyway, and I was kind of like on autopilot. And all the things that I wanted to do, I couldn't do it because I'm still healing. That's what I guess that's what I'm saying. Yes. So I'm doing a lot of rebranding and trying to put everything in one house and get rid of some things and rebranding, but I will still give you what I have right now. And it's a way for them to connect. I'm still writing content for my new websites and everything, but the work is still going on.
Beautiful.
Right. So yeah, I will definitely share, and I would love for you to send it out to your network, and I'll do the same to my network. Yeah.
Happy to do it. Thank you.
Awesome.
And the condolences again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear hearts.
I think the professor is here now.
Yay! Is he? That would be beautiful. Yes, nice.
Professor, is that you connecting his audio?
Yeah, it says ambassador for culture. Oh, wow. I definitely need to meet the professor.
Oh, yes. He has a wonderful tourism going on, teaching traditional culture to the youths in the school. There's a lot. There's an Ashanti tribe and shrine that he wants to, have people come and see. There's a lot going on with Brother Frederick Owusu in Ghana.
Oh my God. Yeah, definitely want to connect with him. We can add one of his things to our tour. Because, we have the tour all laid out, but subject to change, especially when we have these connections. Courtney, thank you so much. I wanted to say thank you for reaching out to me and connecting me. Yeah. My first instinct was to say no, because I'm kind of, doing my personal slowdown, but I'm like, you know what?
You feel the vibes,
just
huh?
do this. I'm so excited.
You feel the vibes. I love
glad
that.
you come on. Yeah.
It is time.
We need you, Pepe.
Huh?
We need you, Pepe. We need you.
Oh, yes. I need you too. Ansel, yes.
Please take all information, Maxwanette. I have an appointment now. I have to leave, but I'll take all the information and I'll make all the connections.
All right, Ansel, look in the chat room. I'm putting my cell phone. Hit me up on WhatsApp. Anyone. All right, that 301-395-1013. That's the best number to reach me, and then we'll do the rest. Okay.
Ansel,
all right.
Ansel, yeah, leave now, right?
Yes. Thank you, Hansel.
You can't the breed, right?
No, I didn't send you. Sorry.
Send it. Send it and I send it to
Max. Know that I want to be on this program on Tuesdays if I can, even just as a.
No, we need you.
Listening in.
The door is open.
No.
The door is open.
No listening in, Pepe.
The door is open.
Pepe, we have children. We have the youths, Caribbean youth voices. You are working with the youths, the girl. We need you, Pepe.
I forgot to tell you guys another thing. I had my own TV talk show. It was showing on all the Caribbean channels. I have a YouTube channel. It was called PEP Talk. So
PEP Talk TV.
Yeah, enough things. And but let's talk to the professor.
Yeah,
Professor, is he in?
Franco, I sent it to you.
Okay, all right. I'll pop.
Here he is.
All right. I'm coming.
It's beautiful to see you.
Yes, Mas, I mean.
Excuse me. I have to leave. All right.
All right. Then,
all right. I'm so great meeting you.
Thank you, dear hearts.
We'll be in touch. Akwaba, Professor.
It's good to see you too.
So you know the language, Pepe. Akwaba.
I know a little something.
I gotta learn them and some Garifuna language as well.
Yeah.
I think we're having a little connection issues here. Brother Owusu, can you hear us?
Yeah, he can. He's still on.
Yes, but there's no sound.
Thank you, Medase.
Okay.
Medase. Yes, nice. That is very nice of you.
There you are.
That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So
the floor is yours, Professor. Go ahead.
In my Ashanti dialect, if someone say Akwaba, then you say Medasi.
Medasi, yes.
Okay, Medasi. All right, I remember that.
Yes, I can hear you well.
Go right ahead, Brother Owusu. The floor is all yours. I think, we're having a connection issues.
Yeah, he looks frozen.
Bear with us. It happens. We all know how this goes in virtual reality.
Okay, he probably is going to come back in.
Yeah, he'll be back. Right. So, okay, back to what you were saying here, what Ansel was saying. Okay, there's your number. We have Kennedy. Kennedy is very excited. I do not know how to pronounce in the chat room. I do not know how to say what Kennedy is saying.
Did he say something?
I think he's saying, yeah, Ghana, here we come. But wait, small, let the work, he wants to let the work come out on paper. He says, Rosie, why forget Kenya on your list? Home of athletics, wildlife, and rich culture.
Well, I have not forgotten Kenya. I was in Kenya in 2018. One of my girlfriends does similar work to me. Hers is called Ethlyn's Hope. And she built a whole orphanage and she had the groundbreaking ceremony. So I usually travel to Africa for my birthday. That's my way of giving back to the motherland. And so I was in Nairobi and I went to Mombasa and I absolutely love Kenya. I have friends there. So yeah, I'm happy to go back. Yes.
I think we have Professor Owusu back now. I think he came back in and I think we lost him again.
No,
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, beautiful. Go ahead and feel free. But Owusu, go right ahead.
He looks frozen again.
Yeah, we're having connection issues. Yeah, that's definite. Okay. What we'll do is, as Brother
I think the
Owusu
network
comes,
is bad. I barely hear you.
Yeah, we're having sorry, Brother Owusu, we're just having some technical difficulties right now. I'm not sure which end, but we're storming over here and the distance, so these things happen. If you can hear and just go right ahead, we can listen to you even if we cannot see.
Okay, so if you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yes, we are here.
We can hear you, Brother Owusu, sorry. Okay, I don't think he's hearing us. Okay. Well, as he comes along, hopefully we may be able to get him in. I see him here. Can you hear me, Brother Owusu? Okay, it happens. So, Rosie, we've got some great information here. Kennedy got your response. Courtney, Flavius, do you have any questions? Any more questions before Pepe run out?
I can hear you now.
Wait. Go right ahead, Brother Owusu. We'll try again. Go right ahead.
Okay. So once again, I want to say thank you for this educative and informative program. You know, most of us, we love education in the natural way. So when we get the opportunity to be on a platform such as this, we are humble.
Right.
Yes.
You must tell me all when we can.
Please continue.
So I just want to say good work, thumbs up. And I'm here to learn and also share more ideas, connect with people, the right people, free-minded people, positive energy people that can help us develop the motherland. Because together we build the land together. It's not for me, it's for us. So if there is anything we need to do to make things right, it will be me collaborating with you guys. So that is the positive energy I always get from this platform whenever I am on. Thank you.
Good to have you. We have Sister Pepe was talking about did you want to say something? Someone's saying something. I'm hearing something. Okay. Pepe was talking about tourism, and maybe that's something that the two of you can really, you know, if you look, we have her website and her number in the group conversation here. And I would think it would be good for the two of you to connect. Knowing, I was briefly telling her about the tourism you had with the Ashanti tribe there. And, you know, it's the shrine, which so many of us, including self, never heard of.
Yeah.
Yes, these tours are valid and important. So,
so Professor, the shrine are you talking about Mencha Palace or is it somewhere else?
No, it's far away. You know, in Ghana, the government and the people focus on the well-known places.
Yeah.
And that is one thing they are making a big mistake from. There are, you know, in Ghana, there is a history and tourism site in every town in Ghana. It leveled us for us to discover them. So I've discovered not less than 5 sites, tourist sites, that is very, 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 very significant in the Ashanti Kingdom. There is one historic figure, Okomfanoche, who cursed his uncle that the uncle would die in vain. So the uncle went to a cave with his followers when there was a war in their town. And one hunter was asked to spy the fighters and see if they are coming. Then they've used a rope to tie the rock in front of the cave. So when he sees the fighters coming, he should fire his gun, and then they will cut the rope. Then he will cover in front of the cave, the hole. So the fighters can't get inside. Unfortunately enough, because they were cursed by the Okomfanoche, the highest priest in the Ashanti Kingdom, the hunter had only 1 bullet. So he saw an antelope and fired at the antelope. So they thought the fighters were coming. So they cut the rope and the rock covered the hole that they were coming out of the cave. Instead of the hunter firing another gunshot for them to know the fighters have left, because it was only 1 bullet in the gun, he couldn't. And they all died in the cave. More than 1,000 people died in the cave. So when you get to the place, you will feel the spirit of our ancestors over there. When it's a day that you're not supposed to go there, if you go there, you put food on the ground. Before you turn back, the food is not there. You hear people beating drums. You hear people singing, but you don't see anyone. Wow. The place is so sacred that when you get there, you feel connected with your ancestors. These are some of the historic sites that the government is not paying attention to, that we need to use this to connect with the people in the diaspora, because it's all about connecting with your ancestry blood, not just a tourist site. So these are some of the projects I've taken upon myself, looking for people to partnership with and make this our home.
Yeah.
And I know you're the right person. So
I was so glued into what you were saying. You know, yeah, because you know when I went to Ghana, maybe I can't remember the year, but one of the things that I do with the girls who I work with is at the end of the program, I take them on a field trip. Right? It's also for them to understand their own country. And I took them to this fort. I can't remember. It's in the Cape Coast area fort. And there's also a cave. And then it comes out to like the beach. And I took them there and they had never heard about it. And they live very close to it, right?
Yeah.
So I always want to be off the beaten path. So I would love to talk with you to see how I can build my itinerary to focus on some of these places that you're talking about. Because as I'm going, as much as I go to Ghana, I want to discover other places for myself too, right? Instead of also just focusing on the touristy place for others. So absolutely, I would love to have an aside where we can see how I can, you know, put some of those on my tours and talk to my other tour operators to put those on their tours as well. Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Networking.
Sure. Thank you.
Networking is the power.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So, Ambassador, where are you residing now? Where are you living?
I'm in Kumasi.
Okay, so you actually live in Ghana, right?
Yes, I live in Ghana.
Okay, so I'm coming to Ghana in September. I'll be in Ghana from the 21st of September. The tour is there from September 24th to October 6th. I'm very good friends with Peter Boache, who has the Adinkra place and all of that. And I'm actually good friends with Lake Chief for Lake Basantwe.
Okay.
And Keja Mensa, who run for like council members. So we always come to Kumasi. We'll be in Kumasi September 30th and October 1st. So I need to talk to you so we can do some of your sites, because we've been to Mencha Palace. We've done the Kente Weaving Factory. We've done the Adinkra Cymbaling. You know, we've done Lake Basamtre. I would love to do some other stuff with them. And I can probably add another night in Kumasi if we connect, because this would be amazing.
Beautiful.
Sure.
There it is.
Franco, this is a bombshell.
Yeah, man, this one is a bombshell. A really bombshell.
Yeah, oh my God. I was telling them that, you know, Kumasi is a big highlight of my tour because it's the Ashanti Kingdom, and it just it has an energy that is just so, I love Kumasi. And we always go to Ike's for lunch. Right? So and visit the military. I've been going there for a while. So
museum.
Kumasi story.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome.
All right.
That's wonderful.
Beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Who said yeah, man?
Beautiful. I love the vibes.
Yes, Queen Angela, let's do it. Yes, these are such deep connections. I feel like I know you already, though, Professor. I mean, but we'll talk offline.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Love it. Franco?
1 minute, Max. 1 minute. I have somebody want to ask a question. 1 minute.
Oh, sure. Go right ahead. Okay. In the meantime, I guess he's getting the person together. Courtney, did you have any more questions?
No, I wanted to ask the professor, to talk about some of his cultural initiatives that he's doing, presently doing in Ghana. Because, I was seeing some of the stuff on Facebook that he even set the example with his own children in the attire and all of that. So I'd like you to just elaborate a little bit more on it, for our listeners and viewers.
Okay. All right. Thank you. They say charity begins at home. So if I have to do anything, I have to start with my own kid. I'm grooming my own kids in a cultural way, in a traditional way, in a African spiritual way. I won't force any of my kids to do anything they don't want to do. No. But as a father, I need to bring them up in a way when they grow, they won't depart from it. So I'm teaching them how to wear the traditional clothes, how to dance our traditional dance, how to sing our songs, and all that. Apart from that, this is what I'm doing. The education on our culture in schools is very low. When you check the Ghanaian curriculum, there are few things that we learn on culture in our curriculum. Basically, a whole year, we will have one cultural activities, and that is it. We won't do anything. As much as I love culture, culture is also business. Our culture is business because we sell, we buy, we do service. These things are all form of So I'm going a tour in all the secondary schools in Ghana, the high schools in Ghana, teaching them about our culture, their roots. How is it important to defend their culture? Because our ancestors protect this for us. And if we don't take care and we let the Western culture take over our culture, definitely we are going to perish. We are not going to perish as in there is going to be a fire on us. No. But we are going to perish because we are going to lose our identity. That is the only thing that gives us power. Our identity is the only thing that gives us power. And our culture is our identity. So I've started my senior high school tour, talking to them about culture, how to uphold it. There are some, even though most of them are grown up, and some even don't even know. Some of the history classes, I take them through. They barely knew anything about it. So these are some of the projects I'm doing. But if we want to make our culture lively, we need to start with the youth.
Right. That makes sense.
The grown-up folks have done their part already. So the youth is my target now. If I want to protect this for future generations, I need to start from the youth. Started from the youth, where I'm doing culture classes, and so teaching them our traditional dance, how to wear our traditional clothes. So basically, these are some of the few things I'm doing, and I'm still doing my African Friday, last Friday of it. I do African clothes in schools nearby. So it's not just about being a Ghanaian, no. You can put on any African attire from any African country that you wish or you love to. Because it's, at the end of the day, it's not about only Ghanaian culture, it's about African identity, the African culture. So this is what I'm doing for now, and collaborating with the chiefs and the tourist sites, developing of the tourism sites in various towns. I'm also organizing cultural festivals in various communities for people to embrace what they've left behind. Because it's fun. At the end of the day, they are having their roots and they are protecting their culture, defending it and upholding it. So basically, this is what I'm up to.
Beautiful. Wow. That's a lot. Again, I think the connection between you and Pepe is going to be dynamic. And I'm looking forward to it and being a part of that and assisting here on the Real Stuff podcast. Wow, it's been great. It's been beautiful. Brother Owusu, Pepe, everyone that's here, Queen Angela, Pataki, and Brother Ansel was here, and Francine and Courtney and Flavius. It's been beautiful. We're gonna wrap it up, but before we get there, we have the daily inspiration. Franco?
That Flavius?
I'm hearing something.
Yeah.
Someone?
Go ahead now.
Could I say something?
Go ahead.
And let me also say this.
1 minute, Flavius. I think Owusu, his brother, is speaking.
Let me add this too. Let me add this too.
Sure.
Go ahead, Professor.
Okay.
He's having a latency problem.
Yeah, we're having a Brother Owusu, we're having a delay and we're not hearing you at all at this point. Okay.
All right, Flavius, you want to make it quick?
Mm-hmm.
I just want. Okay, let me add this too. You know, a school or can connect with a school. They bring them.
Flavius, go right ahead because I don't think we're going to. It's cutting off. We're not getting a good feedback at this point.
Yeah, go ahead, Flavius.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we also have a tour company, Slowly Jamaica, and we are Caribbean specialists. I would love to see the traffic also going the other way. You know, the Africans tour in the Caribbean, like you know, like Ghana, Zimbabwe. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
awesome.
we have it. So we have it going both ways.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea, and I can tell you for a fact that all Ghanaians who I meet in Ghana want to go, especially to Jamaica. And
yes.
It's probably easier for them to go to Jamaica than it is for them to get a visa to come to the States, right? And so I think if we can plan it in a way where they're able to do that, it will work very well.
Yeah,
that's a cultural exchange, yes.
Yeah, we cover the entire Caribbean, you know?
Oh,
the entire
wow.
Caribbean. Yeah, that's what we do. We're a Caribbean tour company.
So I definitely need your information because I've been on a quest to tour all Caribbean islands myself. So I've gone to quite a bit of them and I still have a lot more to go. So I would love to patronize your business and work with you because I like tours because I'm a serious tourist, right? So when I go, I want to immerse myself in the culture and go to the historic sites and the hidden treasures and all of that. So I like doing tours. So yeah, definitely. And I can help to get you some people as well because
that is what we do. We have a product, Caribbean cluster here. When you come to the Caribbean, you don't have to go to one island. You can go 3 or 4 on tour.
Oh,
because
nice.
they're so close together. And travel time is short, you know. Especially in the Eastern Caribbean, travel time is like half an hour.
Can you share your website in the chat box?
Yeah.
I will send it after. I am not on Zoom now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go into today's daily inspiration and then we get out of here. Today's daily inspiration from Mr. Anseli.
Breathe today's energy deeply. Every achievement demands unique freshness. Breathe deeply.
That was the daily inspiration from Anseli. Max, you want to get us out of here before we have Queen Lubafo and Tafina to take us out?
Well, I want to say thank you to everyone being here and for your participation. We loved it. And we have to remember that we're all in this thing called life together. Namaste and one love.
Namaste. Thank you guys so very much.
Okay, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Pepe. Thank you, Professor.
Pleasure.
And we thank everyone around the world who joined in this morning. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Okay? So we're going to ask Queen Lubafo to say the Our Father in the Garifuna language, and then Tafina to take us out.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away Ajuguala Lebabu Seru Lida Mua Lida Sungfula Lida Mua Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
May I fi take away me say. May I fi take away me say. May I fi hide like a thief in the night. May I fi get out of sight.